Hi, I'm Sarah. Welcome to the Daily Englisher. Today's guest is Mike. Mike is a snowboard instructor from Scotland. Apart from snowboarding, he also likes skateboarding and surfing. He came to Japan in November 2005 to work as a snowboard instructor. Then, after working on the mountain during summer, he drove around Japan and slept in his car and went surfing every day. In the conversation today, you'll get a chance to ask him about his Japanese study. I also asked him about the quality of snow in the different places that he's been, and also about whether he enjoys teaching snowboarding.
Scottish snow is a good mixture of ice and rocks. More rocks, I'd say, actually. And when it does actually snow, it does go across the way rather than down the way, which is quite nice. Canadian snow, their season when I was there wasn't so good, but when it did snow, it snowed nicely. Good powder snow. Niseko snow, on the other hand, is awesome. Best snow I've found. And I think people would agree with me. It's pretty much the best snow on the planet. I love it. Yeah. I'm quite fortunate that I do get a variety of students when I teach, and I teach, from absolute beginners all the way up to advanced riders. Each lesson is different. Each lesson I do is tailored for the individual, because everyone's got their own rate of learning, and I get something different out of each lesson. For an example, beginner lesson, you've seen people progressing, they're actually enjoying themselves and learning something new, and I get a kick out of that, I get a buzz. For an intermediate or an advanced rider, it's fun just to go riding, and usually the student will enjoy that too, because they're going places they never would have gone before, being challenged, and hopefully having a lot of fun, because that's what snowboarding is all about, and that's what I try to promote.
Mike also taught me a bit of Scottish English.
In Scottish, if you want to say yes, you say aye. In Japanese, you want to say yes, you go hi. So, there's not much of a change for me there. Quite good. Going no do that, literally, is going to not do that. So, stop what you're doing, please.
Kia ora. In stick news today, some religious men in Pakistan are angry after a politician was caught hugging. Pakistan's tourism minister went parachuting in France. The jump was at a charity event to raise money for earthquake victims. After the jump, the minister hugged her instructor. Some religious men back home weren't happy when they saw photos of the hug. They said it was obscene and objectionable. But the minister herself wasn't too worried. She said, "I do not feel ashamed at all for what I did, and I'm not afraid of anyone except God." And that was Stick News for Monday the 16th of April. Kia ora. Could you speak Japanese before you came here? So you started studying when you got here? How did you study? What are your goals with Japanese? How did you learn Kansai-ben? How did you cope with the language when you were travelling by yourself around Japan?
Absolutely not. I was terrible. I tried. I got tapes and things, and, it didn't really work because I'm not very good with tapes. I did actually, yeah, and I had a lot of help from some Japanese friends I met when I first arrived. Especially a girl called Chie, and she had very, very little English, and I had very, very little Japanese, but we became good friends and helped each other quite a bit. I studied Japanese mostly using a small notebook. Kept it in my pocket everywhere I went. Still got it. Still fill it up. and anytime I heard an interesting word or a word that I knew I'd forget because most words go in there, out there, I write them down. And so I've got this book full of, it's almost like a diary actually, because I can look back whenever I wrote different things, and I can remember exactly what that conversation was about and when it was written. But I used that to study, and then when I went back to Scotland last year for a few months, I got a few lessons to help with my grammar. My Japanese is now terrible, but it's better than it was, which is good. I'd say my goals with Japanese are mainly to become proficient. At the moment I can communicate, and most of my Japanese is very practical Japanese, and it's a mixture. In fact, when I speak I can change between casual and polite, and Kansai-ben and Hokkaido-ben all in one sentence. Not deliberately, of course. I know a few words in Kansai-ben, mostly because I have a good friend in Osaka that I stayed with for about a month. And this season, some of the people I met, I became good friends with from Osaka as well. So, hanging out with them, been getting all the Kansai words rather than the Tokyo words. Barely. Language proved to be quite difficult and quite challenging, but I learned as I went, and if there's something that I needed to say to someone, I could always plan it in advance. Many things became second nature to me, such as getting petrol, gasoline, and going into conbinis and asking for various bits and bobs. But the language was challenging, and I think I did very well, considering.
What does this mean?
Goni no de that.
Stop what you're doing, please. Are you from Scotland? I'm going today. I'm going away. A. What does this mean?
Aye.
Yes. No. 5. All of the above. A. What did Mike say Scottish snow is like? Good powder snow. A mixture of ice and powder. A good mixture of ice and rocks. Yes, he likes it. C. How did Mike learn some Kansai-ben? With tapes. With ice and rocks. He's from Scotland. From his Osaka friends. D. What became second nature to Mike when he was travelling? Speaking Kansai-ben. Ice and rocks. Getting petrol. 5. C.
And that was the Daily English Show. See you tomorrow.